Hey, Paul. Paul, that's real nice of you, you and your wife here to have me out here, out here by you guys to see your place here in Tucson. Yeah. My little brother flew me out here from the Big Apple to this little cute little place you got here, and oh, what a cute little wife you got for yourself. Oh my God, she should be so happy. Yeah, I'm glad. She even went upstairs and tucked herself in by herself and said that we could have a drink down here and reminisce. I like that, reminisce. Paul, you and me need to reminisce. That's right, Sure, I'll drink what you're having. My baby brother, look at you, you're doing it. You're so grown up. Yeah. I meant to ask you about that. What do you remember about Pop? Yeah, what do you remember about that? What do you remember? Well, it seemed like you always allude to he was so mean to you. He was so hard on you. Boy, you had the life of Riley. Oh, I kid you not. You had a good life, and Pa loved you. I'll tell you this much: he loved you much more than he loved me or Ma. That's true. He loved you. I'll say it because it's the truth, Paul. I don't want to hear about how he beat you, he was heavy-handed. He made sure you didn't grow up a faggot. That's what he did. He made sure you had a little toughness in you. That's what he did. That's why you got hit a couple times. You don't even know the story. You don't. You were there, but you don't know the story, baby brother. You don't know the story. Paul, that man wanted you more than I ever seen him want anything else. He was trying for you hard. What do I mean? What, don't you understand the birds and the bees? I know you understand that, even though by the time you came around to knowing what was going on, Mom, Pa, they weren't getting it on anymore. But when I was little, you gotta remember, I'm 12 years younger than you, older than you. Sorry, 12 years older than you. Pa wanted you, and he and Ma, I kid you not, don't cover your ears. Don't even play like that. You know how this works, okay? And he and Ma would get it on so loud. I was so embarrassed. I was, a little girl, and I was so embarrassed. But I was embarrassed for other reasons, too. I mean, just coming into the full getting to know, how these relations work. I thought everybody had it like we had at our house, Paul. But we did, no. Because a lot of people didn't have to warm their dad up for time with their mom. I had to warm Dad up. And I'm not talking about having to fix his drink. That's why when you say he was hard on you, I feel like, oh my God, what are you talking about? It's a shame that you think like that. He wanted a male heir. Like we were some fancy family or something like that. We needed to have a king to pass, or a prince to pass on the legacy of his bullshit. No, Paul, but he wanted you. He wanted you in our lives. You know why, a little bit later, why, I'm taking care of you so much, but you don't know about me, woman, Pop. So, yeah. Now, he was always so interested in where I was in my development. He'd always be commenting and saying stuff about my tits and my ass and this and that to Mom. But you don't know that I was still a virgin, right? Still a virgin. Because he only made me use my mouth on him, right? Because that would make me still a virgin. When a suitable guy came and swept me off my feet and married me, you want to make sure I was a virgin and that they could check. And if they did, they would see. But he said he wanted me to know what to do so I didn't bore my husband. Told me I wasn't that good looking, but if you know what to do, you know, you'll keep him around, right? That's what he said. That's what he told me. So it was like a class, my last class of the night. Learn how to give first class head to old men. Or at least one old man. But I wasn't the only one. No, it's not because I'm drinking. It is all starting to come out. This is the truth, Paul. You didn't know about this, golden child. You didn't know about this. But now you're going to know about this. Your wife's upstairs. You ain't got to be ashamed of me. And how much better you are at everything than I am. Paul, Dad had to get his dick hard with me before he could go fuck our mother to go have you. That's all he wanted was a son. And that's what he got, Paul. He got a son. Thank God he got a son finally. It was yours. It's yours to try with Ma. It was years to try with Ma before you cut it. You finally came around. Hell, I was even praying for another sister to come along so that maybe she could take up half the work that I had to do. Because he started having to get weird stuff going on. It wasn't all weird to begin with, but it got weird, Paul. Got real weird. And you came around. But not before. Not before. We had a sister, actually, we did. But, sudden infant death syndrome wasn't what they called it back then, but, you know, she passed away. She's not right by Mom and Pa's, cemetery plot. But if you look up, like, a row and stuff back by our aunts and uncles' area and then our grandparents' area of the family plot, yeah, she's up there. Her name was Tori. Yeah. She was only, like, alive a week or two, but she didn't make it. Pass me a lighter. Alright, so, yeah, Paul, you need to hear this, okay? Golden child, you're gonna hear this because I had to live through it to make sure you were here. Now you're getting to learn how you was created, okay? You're learning about what makes you you. Yeah, it's okay. You know, and I didn't just tell it to you in front of your wife and everything so that all y'all you could know what I had to go through. I don't know. Maybe she wouldn't care. Maybe she would. Maybe she's too good for all that. Maybe she didn't have to do that. Live that kind of life for her father and her mother to make her brother come to be. But there, I did, and I'm telling you. Yeah, but like I said, though, it wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one. Dad had a weird thing, too, because we go to church, right? We go to church. Being good Catholics and all, we went to church. We went to church every week. I got confirmed and all that. But see, when I was doing all that confirmation business, right, that's when the good fathers took a shine to me too. And all I can figure is his dad must have tried to make a deal with God through good father. And what he did was he go to confession, and then he was make sure that I went next after him. As long as Father Christie. I don't know why they call him that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly why they call him Christie, but anyways, Dad had me make the deal for you with God through Father Christie too. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. See, Dad thought that God was punishing him for all that he'd done in his life and why he couldn't have a son. And so that's when we was really hardcore going to church. And he knew what was going on. Because he made it happen. He told Dr. Christie that if I needed to stay after to, help out the situation, maybe put in a good word for him with the big guy upstairs, then maybe his daughter here could help Father Christie, get over some of them hard times. It must be so lonely for him being a priest and all, and how he had go through life without knowing the pleasures of a lady. Well, hey, maybe he didn't have a lady, but he's got a little girl here that, maybe that could make everything work. And that son of a bitch went for it. He listened to Father. He took our father's pandering nature and thought that would make everything okay. And that God would bless him with you. Yeah, remember you said how hard he was on you, right? I know for a fact Dad never fucking had you do nothing like this. But this is the way you came out, okay? And maybe that's because maybe that worked out because eventually you came along, but not until after the Dad and the good father there had their way with me. Both of them were gentlemen, though. They wouldn't fuck me in my pussy, but they would fuck my mouth. Maybe that's why I'm talking like this now, because I got fucked in the mouth so much that I got nothing but rotten stuff to say. Maybe. But I loved you. Polly, I still love you. That's why it hurts me so much when you look at me with shame. You don't need to be ashamed of me. You shouldn't be ashamed of me. I did my part too. I still to this day cannot say for certain whether or not Mom knew about it or not. I'd like to say that she didn't. And that, it's just too hard to get herself ready for the old boy to do his thing with her. But, part of me thinks it's just the way it took for you to get to the level you're at. Oh, see, I remember taking you, in my arms when Mom I brought you home from the hospital. I was proud of you